Hello there guys, it's your boy Investor Black. In the previous video, I showed you how to set up your channel. I used a folktale channel as an example. In this video, I'm going to teach you about the YouTube algorithm. This is a very important aspect of this training because once you understand how the YouTube algorithm works, it will be very easy for you to make sure that each and every video you put out there gets optimized and gets the most reach, the most views, the most likes, and the most shares possible. So this video is going to be focused on me giving you an insight of the back end of how exactly the YouTube algorithm selects and ranks people's videos and chooses the one that they should promote and the one that they should bury under. So without further ado, let's move on to this diagram that I'm going to be using to explain the three major things that makes a viral video. If you have these three things complete in your video, it will be very easy for your video to go viral and very difficult for your video to be buried, right? So the first thing is CTR. CTR stands for click-through rate. The second thing is RTN. RTN stands for retention. Retention is simply how often people stay, how long people stay in your video. You know, some persons, once they click on the video, it is not what they want. They quickly leave and continue their search. So, but if your video is what people are looking for, they will take their time to watch your video from beginning to end. This is one of the key metrics that the YouTube algorithm uses to tell that this video is valuable. And once your video ranks as a valuable video in the eyes of the algorithm is going to love your content. It's going to actually prioritize your channel, right? The third on our list is ENG, which stands for engagement. Now, engagement is when people like your video, when they share your video, when they leave comments under your videos. These are all engagements, and engagement simply shows YouTube that people are actually interested in your content, whether positive or negative. As long as it actually triggered an engagement, your channel is going to get noticed by the YouTube algorithm. And that is why I'm focusing on these three key metrics to help you get your videos to go viral on YouTube. Now, for click-through rate, CTR, the things that will make sure that your video gets click-through rate is your thumbnail. Now, click-through rate simply means when people go to YouTube to search for things, they will see a bunch of results, and these results are represented through what we call the thumbnail. So the thumbnail is that image, the first image you see before you click on it to watch the video. So the thumbnail is just like a representation of what a video is all about. If your thumbnail stands out amongst the many thumbnails that they are going to be bombarded with when they search on YouTube, or basically when they go to their YouTube homepage and your channel is among other channels that are being displayed or suggested by YouTube, if your channel is the one that they click on, that means you've gotten a click-through. A click-through. So a click-through is when somebody sees your thumbnail, likes your thumbnail, and they are curious about knowing more, about finding out more about what this thumbnail is actually talking about. Then they click on it to actually watch your video. So once you got this first part correct, the next thing is the retention. Now, I'm focusing on the things that will make sure that you get good click-through rates. Number one is your thumbnail. So once your thumbnail can actually stir up curiosity and make sure that these people click it, then it is a good thumbnail. Your title and your description. Now, before people watch videos, they actually read the title and read the description of the videos, and sometimes they even go as far as reading the comments in the comment section. I didn't write that down because you have no control over the comments in your video, but subsequently in this training I'm going to show you a secret. But let's leave that for later. So once you're able to get a good thumbnail that triggers curiosity, a good title, and a good description for your video, you are bound to get click through. Now, getting click through is even one of the simplest aspects. Now, once you've gotten the click through, the next thing is retention. Now, once people click through to watch your video and they find out that your video isn't depicting or isn't what they were expecting, probably they came to your video because they were looking for a solution to a problem, and after watching your video for some second, your video sounds like something that is not going to give them the solution to their problem. What happens then is that these people will stop watching your video, they'll go back to the search engine and continue searching for the solution. Now that sends a negative signal to the YouTube algorithm, right? Okay guys, so sorry about that, my phone rang. So like I was saying about the retention, so if your video, they click through and they don't end up watching your video substantially, it's going to send a negative signal to the YouTube algorithm, and it's going to tell YouTube algorithm to stop pushing your video to more people because it is not a helpful video, right? And now, what is going to make sure people stay and watch your video is, one, it must be relevant, right? It must provide value, and all these things can be found inside your video. So first of all, your video structure, the way your video is structured matters. For example, if your video starts with a long intro that is not even important, they are going to skip that intro. Some persons will get pissed off and leave your video, and that is why most high performing videos don't even have intros, right? Forget about introducing yourself, just jump straight to the point and give value. Now, one good thing or one good method to make sure that people actually stay hooked in your video is to promise them something from the beginning of the video. Promise them something, that give them an offer that is too good to refuse at the beginning of the video, and that will get them hooked, and they're gonna watch that video because of that thing that you've promised them, right? So when your video starts with a compelling hook and continues with intermittent hooks, call to actions, telling them, okay, keep watching, telling them, okay, I'm going to share this with you in the next 3 seconds. I'm going to share this with you in the next moment. Just keep, prepping their mind to wait to hear what is coming next. And you will find out that people will end up watching your complete video without even knowing it. And this is a technique that I'm going to be sharing subsequently in this tutorial, in this course, right? So once you're able to get the right structure for your video, the next thing is make sure that your video gives the value that it proposed from the beginning. So when people see your thumbnail, there's a promise. So when they click through your thumbnail and they don't get what they were looking for, it's gonna send a negative signal to the algorithm. So you don't want that. Also, if your video is too long or too short, people can tell from a distance if your video is valuable or not. For example, tutorial videos that teach something difficult should be at least 20 minutes. Imagine you trying to teach people how to create a website and your video is just 5 minutes. I mean, from a distance, people can even tell that this is just one fluffy video that doesn't have real value. But once your video is at least 20 minutes, they know that, okay, this person took at least 20 minutes to explain this concept. It means that there is something at least I can learn from this video, and that is why duration matters. So depending on your niche, I'll be sharing with you which length of video, the regular length of video that your video should be cut to. So if you're doing tutorial, your video should be at least 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. If you're doing entertaining videos, 10 minutes. If you're doing let's say review videos, 10 minutes and stuff like that. So make sure that your video duration is on point. So that's one thing that will make sure that people actually stay and watch your video till the end. Now, no fluff. Now, what I mean by fluff is you repeating yourself, saying things that you've already said before, wasting their precious time. Make sure that when editing your video, you cut out the unnecessary things, making sure that everything you say at every point in time gives value. That way, they will not even have the time to even leave your video, because everything that you're saying is even coming at a rate that they can't even digest it. Most of the time, they will end up watching your video 2 to 3 times, repeating the video to actually understand the concept. This is what I call value overload or content overload, right? You overload them with value and they can't assimilate it fast enough, so they end up watching the video, taking their time to watch the video carefully, right? So that works well for some channels, for some niches. It doesn't work well for others. All these things are things I'm going to be subsequently teaching you when I move deeper into this course, right? Finally, the third thing, engagement. Now, it is not enough to get click-through rate and get retention. Let's say you have 1,000 views on your video and you don't have a like. It's gonna send the negative signal to the algorithm. It's gonna tell them that everybody is watching your video, but they don't like your video. They are not impressed, right? And that is why in your videos, you should have what we call call to action. Call to action is you simply reminding them that their like matter, their share matter, and all these things matter. And if they have found value in your video, if they enjoyed your video, they should go ahead and give you a like or a share. Don't be ashamed of asking for like, especially when you know you've put in so much work into putting out that content. You deserve a like, you deserve a share, right? But make sure that your content is high value content. So once you have that in place, then you can go ahead and say, if you found value in this video, please take a second to boop that like button. Also, don't forget to share this video to your friends that you know might find this valuable as well, right? Also, you can make some statements that will stir up engagement. For example, if you're comparing two popular artists, for example, in Nigeria, we have Davido and Wizkid, and you make a statement like Davido is richer than Wizkid, or Wizkid is nicer than Davido, something like that. It's gonna stir up some kind of argument between both fan bases, and your channel is gonna be getting bombarded with comments, likes, thumbs up, thumbs downs, and stuff like that. And ultimately, that's gonna make your video go viral. So I hope this concept is quite straightforward. Like I said, I don't want this course to be filled with a lot of jargons, and at the end of the day, you're not gonna get the result you're looking for. I'm going straight to the point, hitting the nail on the head, and making sure that whatever I'm showing you in this video is the truth and nothing but the truth. And I guarantee you, before the end of this class, before the end of this tutorial, before the end of this course, you're gonna get your channel monetized. I guarantee that. Like I always say, if I'm not able to do that, you're gonna get your money back 100%. So I hope this one has been helpful. Make sure to make them go through this video and or have a checklist for these things that I've listed here. If you can get all these things in your video, trust me, the sky is just your starting point. Have a nice day, and I love you, and see you on the next video where we are going to be talking about search analysis, right? Have a nice day, and I love you guys. Bye.